Hello everyone. Today I'm Raif Ahmed and coming here from Books with Rafa. Today I'm gonna do a review about a very underrated book that most people might not have read, The StArLeSs SeA by Erin Morgenstern. And so without delay, let's get started. The first, I would definitely like to talk about the summary of the book. So the main character, Zachary Ezra Rollins, is a graduate in Vermont when he discovers a mysterious book hidden in the stacks. As he turns the pages entranced by the tales of prisoners, key collectors, and nameless acolytes, he reads something strange, a story from his own childhood. Bewildered by this inexplicable book and desperate to make sense of how his own life came to be recorded, Zachary actually uncovers a series of clues, a bee, a key, and a sword, that leads him to a masquerade party, to a secret club, and through a doorway to an ancient library hidden far below the surface of the earth. Not only is this a library, but the source of all ancient and powerful magic. What Zachary finds in this curious place is more than just a buried home for books and their guardians. It's a place of lost cities, seas, and definitely so many confusing plots and twists of stories and doors across time. Zachary learns of those who have sacrificed much everything to protect this realm, relinquishing their sight and their tongues to preserve this archive, and also those who want to destroy it. Together with Mirabel, one of the characters, and Dorian, another one of his characters, Zachary intends to save the entire story by itself and try to save the underground library and his own life about the mysterious book. Even though this book seemed a little confusing, the summary is actually pretty good and was pretty easy. So let's move on to the characters. Okay, so first of all, there is Zachary Ezra Rollins, obviously the main character. Zachary is a curious and drawn to mystery person. He is a very enthusiastic person as well. He was eager to explore more about the StArLeSs SeA. He's smart and a quiet bookworm, like me, and he can also be described as clueless as he did not understand the concept of the StArLeSs SeA yet. He did 5 years of literature in Vermont, then later on did a major in emerging media. The StArLeSs SeA was a very new concept to him, as he just recently found the book about his own life in his own university library. And so there, Dorian, another one of the characters, introduced him to this entire concept. Zachary is even he's the hero and the protagonist. Even though he did not understand, he actually ended up being the hero of the entire story. And he's one of my most personal characters because I can relate to him the most, and it relates that through a book you can enter a whole new world, or even in a library there's just an entirely new world waiting out there for you, in my opinion. So in the meanwhile, that's all about Zachary. I think we should move on to the next characters as well, which would be to start with Mirabel. So, Mirabel is a powerful character in this novel. She is rather enthusiastic and eager about the StArLeSs SeA. She can be said as the guardian as well. Her pink hair makes her stand out a lot, as she is one of the most powerful and also most enthusiastic. She's the literal definition of girl power. She is definitely not human, as Vinicius might say in the book. Her full name is also unclear, depicting that she's a very secretive and she's not what she tells us to be. So that's one of the characters, and of course then there is another character that's actually Dorian. So as I was saying, Dorian is a secretive and conservative character. His role is unclear throughout the story. Whether he is good or bad is also unclear. Though he does help Zachary, we don't really know if his actual intention is to help the StArLeSs SeA destroy it. He can be described as double-sided. Ironically, throughout the whole story, he is barefoot. He is actually Zachary's romantic interest, though his real name is not Dorian, it is the most used. It refers to the picture of Dorian Gray by Oscar Wilde. Honestly, the name thing says that, like, this is very confusing, very secretive person who doesn't really mix and mingle a lot, but has a lot of double-sided connections. Maybe playing spy for either of them, we don't really know. This is a very confusing and secretive character and very hard to analyze, in my opinion. Of course, there are much more characters than this that I would like to talk about. So the first person over here is definitely Eleanor. Eleanor is one of the characters found in the hidden library. When she is just an abandoned girl who fell through a hole and then ended up being in the library for the rest of her life. So first of all, she pretended to be a bunny. She used to think of herself as a bunny, but now she changed and now she just sails through the starless sea through a boat made of her own imagination. Next, I would like to talk about her lover, Simon. Simon can also be referred to as the man lost in time in the novel. He is a very confused person currently. Before, he used to be in the mortal world and inherited everything because of his mother, who was related to this. I'm not gonna be spoiling anymore. And somehow he met Eleanor and things happened. And after that, I would definitely like to talk about Kat. Kat is Zachary's best friend from the mortal world, from the place of Earth or on top of the subterranean library. She was in the same university as Zachary, and when Zachary went missing, I mean, he was missing in the mortal world. When he went missing, Kat was the one to look out for him and really search for him. So that's all the extra characters I would like to talk about. Now there's one more. Sorry. There's one more name, the Keeper. The Keeper actually is the guardian in Mirabel's love interest. The Keeper is the one keeper that has been since a very long time. The last, even maybe, as the